Hi, I'm Jim Webb. I'm a volunteer with the AARP Nebraska West Omaha Community Action Team, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this AARP Nebraska presentation on the Nebraska State Parks. We're very fortunate to have as our speaker today Margot DesRocher. She's a program manager with the Game and Parks Commission and co-chair of the Nebraska State Parks Centennial Committee. She has 9 years' experience serving the public through her work at the Game and Parks Commission, which includes supporting Nebraska's 76 state parks, historical parks, and recreation areas across the state. She resides in Lincoln with her husband and two sons and enjoys cooking, gardening, and spending time outdoors in Nebraska's amazing state parks. It's my pleasure to introduce Margot.
Thank you, Jim. Well, I am here today to talk about Nebraska state parks, and there are so many exciting things about state parks, but I'll start with that we are celebrating our 100th year as a state park system this year, and I will just tell you a little bit more about what we have going on in this year. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Our slogan for our 100th year is your memories, your adventures, your parks. And that's because Nebraska's parks belong to you. Nebraska was the 20th state in the nation to create a state parks board. So there was a time when the idea of preserving our public lands for future generations was a new idea. And Nebraskans jumped on that fairly quickly after that idea, which they call America's greatest idea, with national parks kind of caught fire. So with this creation of the State Parks Board, we established our first state park, which is Shadron State Park, known as Western Eden, a beautiful park in the Pine Ridge area of Nebraska. And shortly after that, Victoria Springs State Recreation Area and Arbor Lodge State Historical Park were established in 1923. There are three different types of parks: state parks, rec areas, and historical areas, and they are all used for different purposes as we develop them into the future, preserving our cultural heritage at our historical parks, offering a wide array of recreational and a lot of times water-based activities at our rec areas, and state parks, which encompass kind of everything and are really highly developed for activities, camping, lodging, and cabins. From our humble beginnings from our first state park in 1921, we are now home to 76 state parks and 2 trail systems. And you can see on this map that pretty much wherever you are in Nebraska, there's a state park or rec area or historical park that is close to where you are. In fact, most areas there isn't more than a 30-minute to an hour drive to get to one of our recreational areas. The thing we really pride ourselves on in the Parks Division is being the gateway to the outdoors. And here you'll see a wonderful historical photo of a campsite set up at our Two Rivers State Recreation Area from the 1960s. And that's the way a lot of us have enjoyed the outdoors growing up. And our state parks offer it all, whether it's camping, fishing, hiking, wildlife viewing. We have so many pristine areas across the state of Nebraska that we love to see developed for our guests to come out and have a great time. In addition to these traditional ways of enjoying our state parks, we've got a lot of new amenities that are out there as things have progressed, as tastes have changed, and as more technologies become available, we found that there are a lot of activities that our guests enjoy doing in parks, whether it's relaxing at one of our glamping cabins at Platte River State Park, which you'll see pictured, or along Crawdad Creek, also in Platte River State Park, which is a beautiful little creek area meant for interactive exploring and kind of peacefully enjoying the area, to our more adventurous guests who would like our obstacle course and zip line from the Go Apes Road course at Mahoney State Park, and our floating playground at Louisville State Recreation Area. So those are just a few of the new types of ways we're also enjoying parks, in addition to some of the more traditional ways that you may be used to. We've got several great programs running in our 100th year, and one of them is Your Parks Adventure. And it's a program that's very similar to the Nebraska Tourism Passport Program, of which we are also a part this year. We've partnered with tourism during our 100th year to have many of our parks featured on stops across their program that helps you explore Nebraska. That program ends September 30th. We also have another program called the Great Parks Pursuit. It includes our parks as well as county and other city parks that encourages people also to get out to those park areas and register for great prizes. And we've created what you see now, this image for Our Parks Adventure, which is our program that's going to run through November 30th this year. It includes what you'll see on this frame is a selfie station. So we have this great place for you to take your photographs at scenic locations across many of our parks, 66 of the 76 parks. And if you register your photo with us, then you'll be entered to win some great prizes, including a grand prize, which is a great fifth wheel camper provided by AC Nelson RV Camping World, as well as other great camping prizes that you can win. And some of the greatest parts about this contest have been the stories people have submitted along the way, getting together with their family and friends, whether they're reliving a family reunion that they've done year after year, getting out to a park for a first time, or just getting into some fun adventures. It's been a joy to see all the submissions, and we hope people continue to do this throughout the season. Parks are no longer just a summer activity. We've got stuff going on all year long. And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. We do have many signature events that we've done to celebrate our 100th year, and lots of educational programming that we do year-round. And in particular, this year we have one signature event remaining for this season, which is at our Arbor Lodge State Historical Park. This event is going to feature an evening of picnicking, and in fact a fun little picnic contest that we'll be putting together here soon, along with a screening of the State Historical Parks documentary, as well as capping off the evening with an amazing laser light show, which we've had at several of our events. It's something that really great and pays tribute to all of our parks across the state. So it'll be a fun event if you get the opportunity to go out there October 1st and 2nd at Arbor Lodge. And we continue to do programming throughout the season, and we really look forward to having people come and visit our park areas. If there are any questions.
Well, I have a few. And thank you. That was a lot of information. You mentioned it, several state parks have water facilities. If people want to fish, do you have to have a license if you're going to fish on a state park or recreation area?
You do require a license to fish if you are over the age, I believe, of 12. There is a free park and fish day that we have every year. It's typically the third weekend in May, the weekend before Memorial Day. So if it's something you want to try and you're not sure if you want to purchase a full license, you can not only get into the parks for free, but you can fish for free on that day as well.
And that was another question I was going to ask, was about the free admission day. So you mentioned one. Are there any others?
That is our only free admission day that we have right now. We've set that with the legislature, so it's a good program that we have. Otherwise, a daily entry to a park, it's per vehicle, so it's not by individual. If you have a vehicle registered in the state of Nebraska, it's $6 per day. If you have a vehicle registered out of state, it is $8 per day. But the best deal is to get an annual permit. It's good for a calendar year, and that is a $30 permit that gets you access to all of our parks. So if you plan on going more than a few times, your best bet is to get an annual.
I believe you all also publish a magazine. Could you tell us something about that?
Yeah, we have a feature that's published in-house within our communications department called Nebraska Land Magazine. That is a really great magazine that gives updates on hunting, fishing, camping, all kinds of things that we have going on, not just in our parks, but the history and habitat of Nebraska as a whole, even outside of our agency.
Okay, and excuse me, look at my list here. Okay, no, I think that covers all we have. Some folks might want to know, is there any kind of special senior rate in terms of park admission or the park pass?
Unfortunately, we do not have a special senior rate on our park admissions, but fortunately, they are reasonably enough priced that they're affordable for everyone. We do have some special discounts on our licensing and permits. So in our fishing and hunting arenas, there are some discounts available there.
Okay. Well, Margot, I thank you very much for this informative presentation. I hope everyone got as much out of it as I did. For those of you who are watching this program, either right now or later on, please like us on Facebook and mention this program so others will know about it and get the pleasure of enjoying it as well. Again, Margot, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.